Hello, Galaxy. Ooh, I forgot to turn off the ad. Okay, now it's off. How are you doing? How's everybody? I have had a busy day. Let me tell you how busy it was. I've gotten in 13,600 steps. 13,600 steps. That many. Now, usually I'm lucky to get 6,000, if that's any indication. I just printed out another, I did a Chrome Dark Trooper here. I was printing that. Another thing, I got a clog in my bamboo. My bamboo got a clog. It was like mostly done with the thing and then just clogged. So I'm like, okay, now what? And it seems...
The _silver sunbeam just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you for the gifted sub. It seems that unclogging a bamboo is a little of a challenge. So I'm a little... Yeah. I'm a little concerned. I'll never get used to that. Keep Hello Galaxy, and will you do, what will you do when the Galaxy Hello is back? It's a great question. I will cross that bridge when I get there. I apologize for being late tonight. As I noted, I was running around. We had some birthday invitations that needed to be printed out for Jedi to hand out, and Diana didn't get to it until late, so I didn't get to getting it done until late because she wanted them done by tomorrow. I'm like, I'm really not a last minute kind of guy, personally. But the birthday invitations have been attained, and that is why I am late. Had to go just to make sure they printed out fine, because we did it on a cardstock, a nicer, thicker cardstock. Yes. Big news. You had to flash the iPhone after iOS 16 update failed. Ooh, yikes. Talk about an annoyance. That's what I'm going to be talking about tonight. Here's an update. If you didn't get the notification, in 24 hours time, on the new Chris Perillo Tech YouTube channel, I hit 1,000 followers in 24 hours. I'm like, wait, what? In 24 hours, I hit what is needed, basically. And now the only thing left for hang on just a second, let me check something. Is it general channel? I'm still waiting for my advanced features to be unlocked. But it's my video verification is still in review, so I can do like things like put links in descriptions. I can't post links yet, but the in order to monetize, I have I have to hit 1,000 subscribers, so I've hit that. No active community guideline strikes. That's not gonna be a problem. And 0 public watch hours as of right now. I think that'll refresh like once a day, possibly tonight. I'm not sure how many viewer hours will have accrued with the first video, but suffice it to say, I'm really kind of happy. That's 3 out of 4. And after this first video, I'll get a better idea as to, what, like, 100 viewer hours. Okay, so that's 100 viewer hours. Okay, that's not bad. And then so I'll know, okay, in about 10 videos time, I'll reach the next level. So I've got, on the iPhone front, I've got a few annoyances listed out that are kind of annoying me. And I mean, this goes without saying. And people are gonna hear this and think that I hate Apple. It's not hating Apple. I just want the software to be better. And if you can honestly say that you've used anything and it doesn't annoy you in any way, I'd be surprised. Like, the bamboo has been great, but I'm currently annoyed because it is clogged. So it's basically like not having it again. Because in order to unclog it, you have to heat up the hot end, and then push the thing through. So you got to be careful. Oh my God, I'm kind of really nervous about this. Very, very nervous. I guess I like the battery percentage. Yeah, it's okay. It's not bad. I mean, it doesn't bother me. That's not an annoyance. For some people, it is. Some people, yeah, everyone's got different annoyances, right? Everyone's got different tolerances, and just because I find something annoying doesn't mean you do. That's something I have to say all the damn time, because some people get the, oh, well, that doesn't annoy me. Well, great. Good for you. All I have to be is you, and the problem is solved. Doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So, give me a second here. Get that going. Not much. Well, yeah, there were a few subtle changes. It was a bit of a stretch for me to find 10 things I really like, and I'll be talking about that tomorrow. 10 things I like about iOS 16 that I've got staged. It was not as easy to find things I didn't like, honestly. You know, without painting broad brushstrokes, as opposed to the past where it was easy. I'm trying to find like at least 10 things either way. There's a tool you can print to hold the hot end. Oh, there is? Apparently I need to print that, because I don't want to be fiddling with a hot electronic. If you have the link, pass it over. I can't print it on the Bamboo, unfortunately. But I'll take a look. I'll grab it. On the way home from the mailbox, Moving Out played on the playlist. So I've got, if that's such a waste of time, that's what it's all about. Then I'm moving out. So like I got Moving Out like spinning in my head right now. There are quite a few tools for the Bamboo created by community members looking for fixes. So I'm glad that exists. That makes me feel a little better about the changing or unclogging. Of course, it comes down to whether or not the rest of it is going to be seamless. I'm fairly confident, because I took things out and reinserted, and it was like, yeah, I was like, I'm like, great, I think it's a clog. So I may end up trying another filament first before doing the whole unclogging procedure, because that could be it. Bonsoir. Well, that's... How are you supposed to use that? So that's the thing you hold on to? Sorry, I'm looking. Clog pusher. Had my first clog. Oh, look at that. Realized it was not an easy task to clear. Exactly. Undo the hot end when cold. You don't want the fan running. It's going to touch things and break. Beforehand, make sure the hot end screws fit in the declogger. The hot end screws fit in the declogger? Okay. Goes without saying that this is the best printed in P. Oh, great. PLA is not the best around hot end. I don't have PETG or ABS. Well, so much for that. Any other ideas? Shoot. Maker Potato mentioned on his Twitter. Oh, that. Mentioned that. I don't know what else I could do at this point. Wait a minute. Where's... Can I drop... No PETG at all? You can print PETG on your Mini. Yeah, I don't think I have any PETG. I'll look, but I'm fairly confident I'm pretty much a PLA shop. I may not have a choice, though, but to do that, because the Bamboo is basically, at this stage, going to be out of commission. Until I can get it fixed. Oh, speaking of getting it fixed, what do I have an overnight print. It's a, I'm going to do a Flexi Stormtrooper. Although, what can I do now? I don't think I have any short prints to throw on there at this stage. But, yeah, maybe I'll have to go grab something. I'll use something. Because I'd rather use a tool that was designed to help with that particular procedure than go into it, like, not having or burning myself. I mean, that's the last thing you want to do, right? With any of this stuff. So, yep, clog in the Bamboo. Don't know why. Everything was printing just fine. It's a little dismaying, but it happens. Like I said, the first stage I'm gonna do, or first thing I'm gonna do, is try extruding a different filament to see if it is the filament that's having a problem or there is a clog. They need to make this. They need to make it a hell of a lot easier. I can tell you that. They need to make it hella easier to do, like big time, because unclogging a clog on the Prusa, super simple, like really straightforward. I did that pretty quickly, but the Bamboo is definitely more involved. Okay, so I'll have to let me save. Wait, let's save that link. Maintenance. Great. Maintenance. Just what I needed to maintain. My parents are visiting. Don't think they're going to be popping on or anything like that. Don't really do that so much anymore. Jedi's, obviously going to be occupied with that by and large. And Lord knows I've stayed busy, that's for sure. Jiraiya, hello! Howdy. Bring it around, I have no idea who that is. So, can't answer that question. I'm just assembling the Dark Trooper here. At least attempting to. Is that going in? Should be going in, yeah. There we go. Going in softly. I don't like when things go in slow. I like when they snap. In a good way, like snap into place. There we go. As long as I got everything put on just fine. No breaks. It's always a good sign. Nice snap. Clean snap. Clean snap. And we have a Chrome, not a Google Chrome triple venti, but a Chrome Dark Trooper. Norwalk, Iowa. Parents still in the area? Not right now. Not at the moment. Yeah, it did turn out really nice. The chrome on it, really shiny. Shiny. Like this is good. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Oh, gotta put that away. I don't really want to start something right now. Do I have a few things? I got a couple things to show. Superman and Aquaman are from here. What? Oh, that's right. Smallville? Isn't it Smallville, Iowa? That's about every Iowa place. Tis the season for this stuff. This is a trivet? Spoon rest? Found that today. Also found a trick-or-treating towel. Yeah. Trick-or-treat. This is a new design. They only had one, so I'll put it up on the stove. We have like a fall-themed one, like a pumpkin one, too. This came in, finally. The Navarro Cantina Imperial Stormtrooper with the web shooter. Is that what they call them? Web shooters? These are deluxe figures, if only because of the accessories. But honestly, the only thing I would really want in there is the Stormtrooper. Of course, having the accessories. The E-web shooter is a good deal. So got that to open, and then coming up soon, y'all know Life Day is coming up, and we're gonna watch the Star Wars Holiday Special together on Life Day. It's gonna be a big deal when it happens. And this is a Life Day pop-up book and advent calendar. So it's a countdown to the Wookiee holiday of Life Day. I mean, we're probably gonna use it as I'll probably use it as a regular old advent calendar, not just a Life Day advent calendar. This was made by the company that did one of the advent paper advent calendars last year. I wasn't thrilled with it, but this seems it comes with a Life Day guidebook, and it's just a fun thing to have. So I'm looking forward to Life Day this year. Cannot wait. It's coming soon. All right, how much do I have? Is that just one? Oh yeah. I don't know if I have enough left to start another one. Plus, if I start one now, I won't be able to easily do my overnight. Sorry, I'm doing some calculations in my head. Not a good place to do calculations. I don't know who Brandon Routh is. I know who Jason Momoa. Oh, really? Went to school there? Nice. It's already been a year since, pretty much Crack Pyrex. We're pretty much there. Just need another month. It's November or something. You'd think I'd know this. November 14th. Snag the Lego Star Wars calendar. I haven't picked one up yet because usually I'm I wait on the advent calendars. Usually they go on sale, 20% off. Usually, even the Lego ones, they're usually 40, and then they go on sale for 30. I have a feeling because Lego increased their prices, this year's Lego advent calendar may be even more expensive. I'm like, oh my god. And so I don't know if we're going to be doing all the Lego advent calendars because they all went up in price. When you get them on sale, it's a good deal. When you can't get them on sale, yeah, not as much fun. Snag the Lego Star Wars advent calendar. Yes, it's a good thing. All right, so it's always festive to relive the story of the faithful Wookiee in front of the turbo laser power converters. And Sondan, the traitor. Too much fun. Way too much fun. Speaking of fun, let's talk iOS, shall we? Do I have my... I do have my notes somewhere. This time I don't have to contend with the printer. Sorry, I'm getting things a little staged here. But that font is really hard to read. Luckily, I can change it. Or not. Oh, I can hardly read that too. Mono. Oh my god. No, that's not bad. I'm using Notepad. And honestly, the keep works better, I think. Alright, here we go. Thank you, everybody. Any update on your phone order? Nope, no update. Pan Fernando showed off the big minifig from the Star Wars calendar this year. Oh, I assume it's Darth Vader. Going to go out on a limb and think the music during the YouTube segment is working against you. I don't know, dude. I like having something going in the background. Having had it, or some people like it, some people don't. I mean, it's all about, it comes down to talking about annoyances. This is good fodder for talking. So. Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and I've been using iOS 16 for a whole 24 hours, which is also roughly the same amount of time that I've had a new tech-only YouTube channel, and we reached 1,000 subscribers within 24 hours, which is shocking to me. Also shocking, it was difficult to find things to be annoyed by in iOS 16. That's shocking to me because in the past, I've been annoyed by a lot, and maybe it's just that I've become accustomed to the annoyances, or the things that used to be annoying are no longer annoying. That said, I'm annoyed by a few things. And remember, just because I'm annoyed by it doesn't mean you are, right? You can't just say, well, I'm not annoyed by that. Great! All I have to be is you, and my problems are solved. Not how annoyances work. I got my opinions, you got yours. Here's where I'm going to start. With mistaps, specifically on tap targets. I don't know if it's the screen. I don't think it's the screen that's a problem. This phone has hardly been touched for the past year, the iPhone 13 Pro Max. But for some reason, like, there are times where I'm tapping an icon and I have to go back and re-tap it, like, constantly, to the point where I'm thinking, is this an icon I can tap? And I know I can, but there have been several mistaps to that end. That's been slightly annoying. It seems that I've had more mistaps on using iOS 16 than I seem to remember with 15, but either way, I've definitely had some mistaps. I could be the only one. I'm willing to concede that could very well be that my finger is wrong. Another annoyance, I decided basically to almost really clean house. So that's my home screen, right? I don't have any apps apart from the app drawer down there, which I may actually eliminate as well. Because I just don't, this is clean. It's simple, it's straightforward. Plus, I feel they've done a great job with the app drawer. Well enough, or the app library. Sometimes when you use multiple devices and multiple software terms, they get jumbled up in your head. So I actually don't mind it. That said, I'm still somewhat annoyed by it because there are zero customization options. So for example, I've got what they say are suggestions, their suggestions, or recently added, fine. But what if I want to pin one of these apps here to the top of the category, right? So it's one of the larger icons that you can actually tap versus the smaller icons to pull up the menu. You can't do that. And at least that I know of, you can't do, hang on, let me try. No, let's add to home screen or delete app. Okay, let me try it this way. Nope, add to home screen or nope. No. I was hoping by eliminating all the apps on the home screen, I could eliminate the wiggles, but I guess that doesn't really work that way. Can I, wait, can I move it? Oh no, it just adds it to the home screen. Dang it. No, I don't want iBooks or books or whatever the heck it is there on the screen. But having, that's an annoyance. It is, oh great, I accidentally set up a new screen that I'll have to get rid of. Oh, they're still jiggling, the icons are still jiggling, never mind, okay. False alarm. But I wish there was more customizations options here. Specifically, like I've got like a couple of these icons that are just floating out on their own. And I'm like, well, I wish I could move it into another folder, or they've miscategorized an app and I can't tell it it's this kind of app. So I realize that also defeats the purpose of the app library, because the app library is hands-off. And I think for 99% of the Galaxy, the app library is perfect. Another thing that I find myself annoyed by is Diana not knowing I was recording a video, but that's okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh no, I do want it. I will eat the fries. It's just that, you know, I don't want to eat in front of people and they're not expecting that, you know, I was going to eat something in the middle of the annoying. That was not annoying. I kind of needed that, actually. I was a little hungry. Didn't even realize it. Either way, I talked about this yesterday, and I'll talk about it again. Judder in scrolling. The animation jank is somewhat better with iOS 16. Enough that I feel like I can browse around without running into issues, but in messages, for example, as I'm scrolling through uncached content, if you would call that, like text or photos or videos, there is just weird bounciness going around. I'm like, whoa, what's going on with that? I'm glad I don't use messages, because that would annoy the hell out of me. So that's just one example of Judder. Other Judder specifically would be like in first-party apps I'm talking about, like music still has a problem. Like if you scroll and the images aren't like fully loaded yet, it'll scroll and then jump and then scroll, stop, jump. I mean, it's an iOS thing. I'd say I'm used to it by now, but honestly, I'm not. It's still annoying and it still needs to be fixed. Another annoyance I have in moving back and forth between iOS, which I believe in some instances, specifically like opening folders, I feel the animations are snappier than they have been in the past. So I appreciate that, but you can't adjust the snappiness in iOS. On the other hand, when you're accustomed to a device like an Android device that allows you to customize the animation speed, you can basically increase it by a factor of 200%. So I have it at like, well, 0.5 rather than 1, whatever that math calculates out to be. So I'm able to whip in and out, clean, easy, fast transitions on Android, and I feel sometimes that I'm waiting a little longer than I want to, or it's scrolling a little slower than I want it to scroll. It's my personal preference. Is that a problem? I wouldn't call that a problem. I would definitely wouldn't call it a showstopper. It's just something that I wish I could adjust. I wish I had that ability to adjust it to my likeness, or to my liking. You don't want me on an iPhone. If you're watching me on an iPhone, hopefully I'm annoying you perfectly well, or the way that I should be annoying you. The keyboard! Ugh, I don't like the keyboard. I really don't. But the good news is you can swap it out for something like Gboard. It doesn't work as well, Gboard, but I find that the features in Gboard are even on iOS are better for me, and I don't mind Google products. Clearly, I'm on YouTube, as are you. It's just that the keyboard, I feel, needs to be improved. Not dramatically, but there's no iteration happening on the keyboard, and it feels like my typing maybe the same speed, but I'm used to certain keyboard shortcuts that are far more intuitive for like numbers and a punctuation on Gboard than I am on a very, very, very paltry, basic Apple keyboard. But again, you can change the defaults at least. Sometimes, and I don't know how to predict this, and I'm talking in various apps, the screen kind of flashes. And I don't think it's a hardware issue, and it could be an app issue. I didn't document it fully, but like I'm in the middle of a transition and the screen kind of like, the content flashes. Like I was doing something in photos on the phone and the screen like went black, like just for like split second, then came back and I'm like the screen was on, but like there was a glitch. Again, fairly confident it's not hardware. Could be a software optimization issue, but I found that kind of flashing, the weird anomalous, the animation was supposed to work this way, but it didn't quite, or the transition was supposed to work that way and it didn't quite. I've run into those issues at various points in using this. Those bugs could very well be addressed. All these things could be addressed, certainly. This is a minor niggle, but like, I like the fact that, they make it easy to search on an iPhone, but I already knew I could swipe down and search on the iPhone. I can't turn off this little search button at the bottom. That annoys me. I don't need to know. It's just like the bar that's at the bottom of the apps. I'm like, I don't have that turned on in Android. I don't need it. I don't need the gesture bar. I just don't. There's no way to turn that off in iOS, but that ship has sailed, unfortunately. Either way, I can't turn that off. But I'm going to go a step further. So the search is at the bottom here, right? That's where search is. And when you swipe up, right? Or, sorry, the search stays at the bottom with the keyboard. But over here, the search is at the top. So why'd they put the app library search at the top, but the Siri search here, or Spotlight search at the bottom? Like it's incongruent. I mean, I understand theoretically why, but like it just seems to be sticking out like a sore thumb. And so I can't figure out why they made the decision. I just wish I could toggle it off. I mean, what harm could it do? I know what I'm doing, generally, usually. Another annoyance that I've had is the control center. You know, as much customization as you can do within it, it's still something that's not as intuitive as it could be. Like, you can't actually move these icons in line. Why? Like, you can do that with widgets. Aren't these widgets, effectively? You can't do that. You have to jump into settings and then look for the setting. Settings is another thing. I know you can search settings, but man, I'm telling you, iOS is getting to the point where they've tacked on a lot of stuff, and getting to the stuff that you need is getting sometimes a bit more challenging. And I think Control Center is a perfect example of that, because, you know, some of these icons, I mean, all the icons I would potentially use, but it would be far more intuitive to move them around, or like to be able to turn off not playing. I don't use Apple Music. I wouldn't want that necessarily there, or focus. I'm never going to use focus, so why do I have to have that there? I understand who this is for. I'm just telling you my annoyance. You can't change. Well, actually, that's a repeat. I'll skip the last annoyance, and just to let you know that, like I mentioned yesterday, I am for the most part impressed with iOS 16. It was very difficult to find things I was annoyed by. Man, what did Diana give me? That was good stuff. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about the things that I was impressed with, like the things that generally I gave a thumbs up. But I thought I would get all this off my chest, if only to get to the ice cream and cake, because tomorrow's Jedi's birthday. So we're going to have ice cream and cake. But I'll be reporting back to you on that. I don't know what annoys you. I know I tend to be a lot more critical with software, more so than with hardware, because I feel that software is the experience for the most part. That's iOS 16, the things that I did not like or am not liking at this point, and I'm still not sure if the way I see things happens to be the same way that you see things, so let me know. And how's that? That was 12 minutes. Okay, not bad. 12 minutes, not bad. Anyone have a link of what's new 16? Yeah, there's the link. Wait, Chris Perillo settings. Oh, it is? Oh, shit. Hang on. Where is it? Settings, home screen. Home screen? Oh, I'm going to have to redo that video. Newly downloaded apps, app library only. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. Dude, that would have been like a billion comments coming in. There would have been a billion comments. Oh, you know you can turn it off there. Thank you, the Silver Sunbeam. I appreciate that. I like the non-Apple links better. Oh, KT, no worries. I couldn't see chat. Man, I'm glad. God, that makes it just makes it so much better. So the next thing I was going to do is actually turn off everything in the bottom bar. I only have like one widget at the top, the calendar and the calendar and the weather. Thank you for the follow. I don't have anything printing right now, unfortunately, but let's see here. I don't know what I got. What you got? I don't want to start a long print because, like I said, I'd have an overnight. I have any small prints? Excuse me. I guess I can do another mini Stormtrooper. Thank you for letting me fart. What's wrong with iOS 16? A few things. I just talked about a few annoyances. I've had some mishaps in various spots, and it could be me. I would want more customization, effectively. I don't find it as snappy. There's judder on some scrolls. Like there's a laundry list. Wish there was more lock screen customization. I think the lock screen is with the widgets, as long as third-party developers support them, that's great. Like, that's awesome. So, man, you just made the experience better, Silver Sunbeam, or K2 Kevin, because that was just like, why? See what I'm saying? Like, it's like it was an annoyance, and I didn't even know I could turn. There was no clear way of knowing that I could turn it off. But it's just that there's so many freaking settings. It's just feeling like it feels like they got to reboot. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look and see what everyone was making today. I was the same when I saw that stupid search. That's what I'm saying. Like, what? I just had Judder on your card. Really? Judder? Really? I think it's Judder. Judder. MIO is competing with your voice level. Come down a smidge. I don't know why someone who was saying, Mark was saying that it was too, and I haven't changed anything in the beacon, not that I know of. Oh, is that too loud? Okay, is that too loud, or is that me too loud? Or is that just right? I tweaked the gain there. Hey, Orion. Is that better? I tweaked the gain. Although I hadn't touched anything prior, so I don't know why that would have done it. Sometimes, like, you just never know when you're trying to hit the sweet spot. So there, I adjusted a couple things for you. Either way, Orion Spectro. Nice to see me. Thank you. Every time I've had to help someone with their iPhone trying to get things is just an overly frustrating experience. Dude, there's just so much tacked on. Oh, nice, big fan. Orion Spectro. I just passed 1,000 subscribers to my new tech-only YouTube channel. And it was just recording a video. I may have to do it again here. Oh, whoa. Is that... Okay. Why is that? There we go. There we go. Screenshot the settings. Perfect. What? Seems really low. Hello, Hutch's Makerspace. If you're noticing lag, you might... Oh, I tried that too, K2, but I found that turning off... Hey, Christian. I found that turning off motion, or like reduced motion, turning that on, if you will, it wasn't as... I guess, not to say it was more annoying, but the animations didn't bother me as much. The transitions didn't bother me as much. Here you go, Orion. There's the link for the new YouTube channel. It's I'm seriously, I am surprised. I'm already at the 1.02. So that's what, 1,020? No, 1,002. I don't have an exact number there. Yeah, 1,024. 1024. It was meant to be in 24 hours time. 1024. Settle down. Yeah. Gotta eat my fries. Watching tonight on an iPhone 8? Wow. My dad has an iPhone 8. I had to use it to get him set up here at home. Just subbed. I haven't got to 1,000 on my channel in 12 years. Well, I've got a bit of a backlog. I am gonna re-record that video. Give me a second. I'll get the maker stuff ready. Oh no, he's gonna say Judder again. Sorry. Is it a drink? Judder? Lag? These turned out well. I may need more. I normally use a 12. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's got to be a backwards movement. Bazine Christian, if I were you, I'd go with the ProMotion display. Once you go ProMotion, you can't go back. Truth. Yeah, and it's not that... I think for the iPhone, I'm not fighting for customization. I know who most of these features are for. And I'm so glad that you said something about search. It's gotten to the point where I just assume there's just so much tacked on, I just assume I can't change it. Like, and I go looking for it and I can't change it. It's not intuitive. Oh, the 14 Pro? My 14 Pro Max gets here 28th. It's coming in late. Everyone else is going to have their videos and be like, I don't know. I needed these. Then you say so much good about the... Oh, I'm not the only one who says good things about the S22 Ultra. The S21 was a great phone. The S22 just improved things slightly. It didn't feel that much faster, honestly, but the software works fine. Cameras improved somewhat, but generally it's a good experience. It's just like every device. They've got annoyances. I can think of anything. You can't point me at a device and I wouldn't have a list of annoyances. I couldn't. I got annoyances with the S22 Ultra too. Plenty. Hang on just a second. Thank you, Christian. But we're all biased. That's the thing. I'm going to shake my potato at you. Apple is known for forcing changes without options to turn it off. Sometimes they're right, but I like options. That's what I'm saying. I just got so used to them knowing what's best that I assume I can't turn this off. And some of the options are just confusing. Like, what does this mean? It'll show up, it'll show up in the Spotlight Index, but not suggest. It's just, I don't know. It's not as intuitive as I feel it should be. That's the easiest way to put it. And I realized many people would beg to differ, but man, I don't think I could jump from what I have to an iPhone. Not as a default, not as a go-to. Apple's generally not intuitive about the changes. They want to curate your experience for you. Yeah, Sci-Fi Gal. So when it works well, I don't mind. But when I'm annoyed by it, that's when I mind. And last night I did a video. I set up a new tech only YouTube channel. So it's going to be a slow climb, Sci-Fi Gal. But here you go. There's the link to the new YouTube channel, tech only. I'm going to have to, like I said, re-record, but I want to get this. And I'll say different things, too. That's the funny thing is you'll catch me on one day, and I'll say one thing, and catch me on another day. Catch me outside. How about that? Diana's still on a Pixel 4 XL because of the free photos. Use both, can't stand Android for so many reasons, and long for jailbreak on iPhones again. See, I like Android. Depends on which Android, though. There's so many versions. Never had a Sony smartphone. Liz wanted to celebrate, and rightfully so. Zombie Hedgehog won first place on printables.com with the filament swatch contest. Sky's the limit. Been making a bunch of stuff lately as well. Ooh. Is that like a Flexi Turtle? Flexi Dragon? Been making, dude. Oh wow, that's a great filament choice. That's it. That's all we have. there's like I said, there wasn't a lot, but that's okay. All good. All good in the hood. Let's pop over to Twitter. At least it's not what, dude. I long for the days of Windows Phone. Windows Phone never got a fair shake. Honestly, never got a fair shake. Never. The death knell of the Windows Phone was when they made it possible for you to run Android apps. That was a mistake. But I felt the user interface, the experience. I felt it was somewhat intuitive. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I liked it more than Android back then. I liked Windows Phone way more. Like way more. I couldn't do Android at that point. Couldn't do it. It wasn't until the Pixel 2 XL. That was really my. I mean, I was using the Nexus products, but it was really the Pixel 2 XL that was my first. I feel. Never had a Palm Pre either. Figured. Well, I've got the Prusa Mini streaming on MakerDeck. Stream some tabletop terrain printing via Octo Anywhere. See, I don't have that plugin either. The whole interface paradigm was a hot mess. At least the final iteration. See, it didn't. I guess it didn't bother me as much, and maybe it's just I didn't use it as much as others did. But thank you, Andrew, for tagging and posting these tweets. Windows Phone was horrible and died a Zune death. I didn't think it was that bad. I don't know. Maybe compared to the iPhone, it was like there's no contest. Like this is never no contest. But like if you gave me a choice, it's like, all right, I'm gonna force you. You can't use the iPhone. You can either use Windows Phone or Android. I would have no choice. I would use it. I would use it in a
just
Windows Phone.
resubscribed for 14 months.
Oh, thank you for the resubscription. Really appreciate it. Dream Phone? I don't know about that. And then Sarah, printed 96%. Parasaurolophus? She's been printing these guys as dragons. However you say that. It was lack of apps that killed Windows Phone. Yep. And then we had retweeted earlier Zombie winning the first place on printables for the Swatch. Pretty creative. And then yesterday, yep, the Chalice, very regal. And then Mad Cat's Emperor Palpatine. Be sure to drink your Palpatine. Palm Pre did notifications, copy paste, and third-party apps when the iPhone still didn't. Yeah, I remember people like fawning over it. WebOS never came into its due. Like, there's so many good user experiences that just never made it. You have a Surface tablet that I love, but it even still lacks apps that I can easily get on Android. Wait, Surface? Oh, okay, for Windows. Yeah. I got Diana a new Chromebook. Speaking of, I don't have it on me. I'll talk about it at some point here in the near future. Give me a second. I want to see. Diana? Any more? Yeah? What's the problem? I don't think she heard me. I wouldn't mind a Chromebook, but I would I think I would get frustrated with a Chromebook, honestly. I think for Jedi, it'll be perfect. For Diana, I know it's perfect. But it's just managing, right? It's managing everything. That's the problem. In handing her, any kind of computer. I get worried, even giving her an Android device. I mean, even an iPhone, and she would have been, I think, fine on an iPhone, but it was the the Pixel, I think, has been a better device for her. And honestly, a Pixel has been, it's been a champ. As much as Google hasn't done hardware very well. And then they killed the Pixel Book. I would have been possibly interested because I had a Pixel Book for a day. And it was clean. It was simple. It was fast enough, but I would need something that was just because I use Chrome, right? On the desktop. I'm like, well, if I can't have something that fast on another machine, it's just annoying. You can't go from, you just can't. You can't go from a workflow where you're like whipping around, forget everything else, just like the speed, right? And then moving. The same problem with refresh rates, right? 60 frames per second. I can't do. I'm done. I just can't. So a lot of Chromebooks have that. Some Chromebooks they go 120. So if I were to do a Chromebook, it would have to be 120. So that would, of course, be on the upper end. Then I'd have to ask, well, that's $1,000 for a Chromebook. I mean, if I was going to spend $1,000 on a machine, you know, what would I need it to have, right? What would I be using for? You would use a potato if it did the thing reliably. Well, of course. Everything you do is in a browser. For the most part, it works. Like I think for me, it's more peace of mind. Mostly, I still have to explain to Diana. She downloaded an app. She didn't mean to, or I mean she meant to, but you can still screw things up. It doesn't matter what computer you have. It doesn't matter what phone you have. You can still, and you don't mean to. And so I'm very, very careful. Oh, you love the depth of field. This is a Pixel. What you're seeing broadcast out of that particular view is a Pixel. And then on, they just updated that, didn't they? That's the Pixel. And then I could also, I don't know where it's pointing. Oh, I was gonna use the iPhone because usually I have the iPhone mounted to use the cameras from the iPhone, but it's not connected right now because I was doing the segment that I have to now re-record. You like Chrome OS so much, you have Chrome Flex on your 3-year-old Dell Ask. See, I would have no problem doing Chrome Flex on older machines. It's just I don't hold on to older machines. End user is the weakest link. Yeah, Mark. And so I try to dummy proof everything. Like, don't do this, do this, do this, don't do that. This is not, no, don't. Because, man, you can screw something up so fast. And I mean, like, something that's not related to the computer. Don't need to re-record, just chop out that section. You think so? I don't know. I think the issue is older MacBooks can't even get a smooth 60 frames per second. Seems intentional. See, I think I want to re-record it because I've thought of a couple other things, Mark, as I was managing it. And I also don't want to refer to it later in the video, only realizing, oh, I said that earlier and I edited it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think the issue is older MacBooks can't even get a smooth 60. Seems intentional. Trying an older macOS side by side and the newer. Additionally, seems ProMotion can be choppy, even on an M1 Max. It's like it fails to spin up the FPS and scrolling in Chrome sometimes. Definitely not 120. Yeah, Bren, I don't disagree. ProMotion implementation could have been done better. I mean, it's smoother-ish. It's what we have for the time being, and hopefully it'll steadily improve on macOS. Maybe Ventura will improve things, like small things. I would re-record now. The sound is better. Oh, true. Yeah, the sound that we ran into. Yeah, the issues with Bren, the issues with scrolling on the M1 were worse early on. ProMotion initially was not good, but the Chrome ended up supporting it fully, and it became a lot easier to use. And then other apps kind of followed suit. I haven't found. The only annoyance I have is with external monitors in macOS. Like, I constantly have to go in and tell it, don't use the adaptive refresh rate on this external screen. Stop. I have to do that constantly. So I'm hoping Ventura improves that because I'm connected through an external Thunderbolt dock, right? So I'm hoping that is one annoyance that I will not have in macOS Ventura, which is coming down the pike soon. I'd assume it's going to be announced, in conjunction with M2 MacBooks, which I'm not. I don't think I'm in the running for M2. I don't think M2 it's too iterative. M3, I'd possibly be in the cycle. I'm like, all right, well, it's been a while. These speed improvements, this is a boon. Is it enough of a leap? We'll find out. Yes, Ace Ventura, indeed. I don't know. It seems like Apple's really missing the mark in the software department. Bren, you and I see eye to eye. Some areas of the OS are just not polished. Yep. Like hovering over Wi-Fi options and control center, very laggy, likely due to rookie devs writing parts of the OS which are in React. I mean, it's just, hang on. Are you talking? See, I have Wi-Fi turned off. Wi-Fi. Yeah, Bren, I've been saying this for years. Years. I'm not joking. You can find old videos of me saying Apple has changed its approach with software. You're overdue for a new MacBook? Oh, yes. 2009 is a while. Oh, no. Sorry, Bren. I made it. Getting set up for the show. Good, Liz. The only thing I don't like about Apple computers is they are not really hardware upgradable. See, that doesn't bother me. I'm all about, like, okay, this is the machine. Great. And by the time I need to upgrade it, okay, I'll just sell it. They give me a good, buyback price, and I'm good. I did that. I had one, and I couldn't sell it back to Apple because I needed them to take an older MacBook. But they ended up taking, what was it, a 2014 MacBook Pro for like $500 still last year. And I was like, I'm surprised I can get $500 out of it. I'm like, well, okay. I used that. And then I decided, because I had an iMac and I had a MacBook, and they were they're always here, right? And I don't travel all that much. So I thought, well, instead of going that route, thank you, Bren.
_R just resubscribed for 2 months. I just missed what you had to say.
Here you go, Bren. You're gonna you and I get along swimmingly talking about software polish. You know me. Well, maybe you don't. Oh. That's why I couldn't gift you a sub? Oh, too late. Twitch caught it. I think eventually you will see another product manager as a CEO of Apple. I'd like to see that happen in the future. I think it's possible. I'm not saying that anything's wrong with... Thank you for slapping the sticker. Oh, I didn't hear it. Did you hear it? Did you hear the sticker get slapped? How do I feel about having a tech channel? I know you're not a hardware guy. Well, Christian, here's the thing. Every cycle, I read the news. I keep up on tech news every day. I'm reading. I'm like, I used to talk about that stuff a lot. And I just stopped, honestly, because it became frustrating to me. I was enjoying doing, the vlogs. I was disenfranchised. I felt disenfranchised by Apple, honestly, and I wasn't happy with what Microsoft was doing at the time. Wasn't happy with Apple. I'm not into gadgets, so I don't fit. I don't fit the mold, right, of what a tech YouTuber should be. So I hesitate to call myself a tech YouTuber because I'm not a YouTuber. I'm interested in tech. I may evangelize tech. I may talk about its benefits, but also its drawbacks. And I think there's a failure in not talking enough about the drawbacks as much as people are all champions and turning everything they do into a commercial. And hey, if you can make a video work well, that's awesome. I unfortunately never developed that skill set, so I've got to play to my strengths. So as long as I'm able to continue to play to my strengths, Christian, it's possible I can stand out more. And at when I reach a point where I'm like, okay, I need to do, I need to tweak something here. I believe that one of my goals, I'll tell you, Christian, one of my goals is to be able to build up enough where I will be able to hire people who do what they do well. And that might be a video editor person, you know, someone who can edit the video and make it more YouTube-y, but also potentially create, you know, interview situations where, you know, they may have a hardware product that they want to talk about, and we've got content that is ultimately something that is, it allows me to be me, right? But grow. And I never cracked that nut in the other channel, unfortunately. Yeah, an Imagineer would be a great CEO of Disney, no doubt. Your wife stashed your old MacBook Pro and the battery expanded. Oh yeah, I try to get rid of all the old gadgets. Try. Some people are Apple fanboys, some are Microsoft. Chris Pearl's a Perlo. I'm a fan of myself. Not really. I don't like myself sometimes. Hang on, let me check on those fries before I start the redo. Diana? Fry? Do I get more? Thank you. I didn't realize. I think you will do well with the tech channel. You're honest about your experiences. That's what people want. They don't want someone saying something's great because it's new. Yeah, I don't do that. Silver Sunbeam notes, we got plenty of room and makers over on MakerDeck. We do. Unfortunately, I can't. That bamboo nozzle. I'm going to have to print that part. See if I can... Do I have PETG? I'll have to look. Reese's Puffs versus Peanut Butter Crunch. Is there a difference? Is there a difference, Fucho? Alright. There's your poll. I'm curious, is this YouTube channel scratching an itch left behind when we work at Tech TV? Never had the channel, so I don't actually know what you did. No, it's more constantly, and I mean constantly, people ask me questions. Hello, Miller. No worries. People ask me questions, right? And as long as they're willing to listen to the answer, I'm happy answering. Is when they're not. And quite honestly, I got to the point where I did this with Microsoft, with Vista. One of my million viewed videos in my old channel, the vlog channel now, is basically me going off on Microsoft saying, "What is this?" And I basically did the same with Apple. Apple was a long descent though, because I couldn't find an alternative. Annoying how many times you have to swipe up to get into your phone if you happen to be in a phone call. See, I haven't gone that. I don't use the iPhone as much like that. Another thing, and let me see if I can put a finer point on this. Getting used to gestures is also a bit of a challenge. Yes. Sometimes it feels like the apps were designed by different companies. Honestly, the default apps. Sometimes it feels like that. Like, I'm the only one who has an iPhone who's not using it for a phone. I don't know. Maybe I'm too picky. But I'm running dark mode. That doesn't annoy me. Google Photos really scrolls badly, though. Like, you probably can't tell because you're at 30 frames per second, but especially when it's like cached, it hasn't cached, it can be a bit jarring. Just small things, and I think they're just anomalies, and, you know, ghosts in the machine. All right, hang on, I got some fake beef to eat. You gotta eat it when it's kind of warm. If you're picking, make your own phone. Why would you say that? It's like going to a restaurant and not liking a burger, and then me saying, well, if you don't like it, raise your own cow. I'm a customer. I'm not saying the customer's always right, but I do expect a good experience. Yes! Bren is right. Exactly. The Pixel 4 XL feels snappier UI-wise. Diana's Pixel 4 XL is snappier than iOS. It feels snappier. More I totally agree. When you see them side by side, it's just like, there's no contest, dude. There's just none. Black and white. Not everybody's in that boat, right? And you don't need to be, but that would make the decision very difficult for me. All things being equal. And Mr. Goat is also right. The unfortunate reality is we don't have a lot to choose from. That is an unfortunate. It wasn't a vegan cow. Hang on. Oops. Got my annoyance list updated. See? I came up with more annoyances. Ooh, wait, hang on. That was my old channel trailer that I edited one part out and re-uploaded to the new channel. It's not even I didn't record that the channel trailer yesterday. Isn't that funny? Well, we're up to 10:35, slowly but steadily climbing. It's gonna be a very, very, very slow burn. This is gonna be slow going, but all right. I got my messages. I don't know how to do that. All right. Thank you for telling me about my audio. All right, everybody. I'm going on autopilot. Yeah, I know. OnePlus, I had very high hopes for. Very high hopes. Your fingers are snappier? Okay, I'm going on autopilot for the next 10 minutes or so. Let me, as a matter of fact, open up the clock. It's another thing I can't wait for in Ventura is the clock. Stopwatch, right? Oh no, Bren, I've done so many videos, like old videos, Bren. Not in the new YouTube channel, but I've done so many videos on this. iOS, it's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still not what it needs to be. Bren, I've been complaining about Apple's mobile software and even desktop software for a number of years. This is not an office. This is a Star Wars toy store. It is, kind of, yeah. That's true. Very true. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. The apps just feel so minimal, maybe. Where have I been? I'm sure you remember the insanely slow end. Oh, no, dude, Bren. The beginning of the end of iOS for me was iOS 7. For that reason. Oh, my God. Ask everybody who remembers those videos from back in the day, dude. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Since I remember, wasn't since I exactly exigent. Dude, where have I? Dude, Bren, I don't know. I even wrote a letter. I had a document. I crafted up in Google Docs, not Pages, that apparently got sent to Craig Federighi. Like I wasn't blogging it or anything. I'm like, dude, what is going on with iOS? And this is like a few years ago. This is before iPhone 10 launched. And I was like, this is like, Apple said it was a clean 60 frames per second. I'm like, this is not clean. The animation jank is prevalent. Like, this is not as smooth as iOS used to be. At all. Like, not even close. Like, how could you not see this? And then they released the iPhone 10 with the notch, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. No, I'm done. And that's when I'm like, I'm in play. So I upset a lot of Apple people. But I'm like, you know, gotta be true to myself. Gotta be true to myself. Chris has never said anything bad about it. Oh my God. I've said a lot of good things. I would like to be able to use it again. I would like to be able to, and I think that's the highest compliment I can pay. Purple Dragon is thinking about upgrading to a new phone, mainly Android user. Should I get the Pixel 6, Samsung Galaxy S22, or should I wait and see the Pixel 7 has to offer? That is a great question, Purple Dragon T. I'm reading Twitch chat, and Purple Dragon 1 asks, hey Chris, so I'm thinking about upgrading to a new phone. I'm mainly an Android user. So should I get the Pixel 6 or Samsung Galaxy S22, or should I wait to see what the Pixel 7 has to offer? Well, at this point, Purple Dragon, I would wait and see, take a wait and see approach, because the Pixel 7 is coming down the pike in another few weeks, and we're likely going to see iterative upgrades. I don't think we're going to see speeds improving by leaps and bounds, but honestly, the Pixel line has never been a beast in terms of hardware, specs, raw speed, benchmarks. But that said, the Pixel is no slouch. I truly believe, honestly, that an older Pixel can still go toe-to-toe with an iPhone because they have optimized enough of the software performance in the Pixel. Software performance, mind you. I am currently using a Pixel 6 Pro, and I use it as a camera that I mount to broadcast my 3D printer onto MakerDeck, so it's always being used. But that's really the only way that I could figure out how to use the device after I got it and realized that Android 12 was not to my liking. They changed too much of the user interface, and I ran into too many annoyances. And when I hit that threshold of no longer enjoying the device, I'm done with it, and I have to find something else. So I was a Pixel user for a number of years, and probably could be if you twisted my arm, but unfortunately, Google made some user interface changes that I'm not quite cool with. One of the bigger problems I have specifically with the Pixel is that you can't hide the nav bar. You just can't. I know it's there. I don't want it there. I don't need it there. I'm annoyed by it because, unfortunately, on the Pixel, and likely other devices that have a navigation area present, there's incongruity between apps. It's just an unclean experience. And I just find it relatively sloppy, quite honestly. So the reason I used the Pixel was completely destroyed when it felt like it was no longer as uniform as it could be. Plus the other user interface changes, making certain aspects of it more bulbous, having problems with third-party launchers, and quite honestly, being very underwhelmed with the Pixel launcher. I just don't think the Pixel was for me, despite loving the camera, mostly. That said, the Pixel 6 Pro's camera didn't impress me that much over the Pixel 4 XL, for the most part. We're on the cusp of a new Pixel. Don't know what we're going to see, what's coming down the pike. But since you say Android, then I would definitely say that you're going to want to stay within the camp, unless, of course, you see on the horizon a new iPhone, a shiny iPhone, and you're tired of an Android experience. Think about the software, not the hardware. Think about the software first. That's the experience that you need to focus on. And you have to ask yourself, is the Pixel 7 hardware going to improve the software experience in any measurable fashion for you? Because you can have a faster phone, but if the software still annoys you, or you're not as compelled by one platform software over another's, it's completely up to you. My decision pushed me to look at Samsung more seriously, and I've honestly been shocked at how satisfied I've been with the Samsung user experience. Mind you, this is not the Samsung user experience from 10 years ago, from 5 years ago. So much has changed. You cannot judge a device based upon what it was a year ago. You got to base it upon what it is today, now, the experience that rolls with it. And there were certain customization options that Samsung provides that allow you to do you. And I find that as far as all the mobile experiences I've had an opportunity to try, in my humble opinion, best in class has been Samsung, despite the Samsunginess. You know, they throw apps on there you don't need. I'm like, I don't want this. You can hide it. It's easy to do. You know, they got their own store. I'm like, why? I'm like, okay, fine. But it doesn't get in the way. It doesn't bother me in the general user experience because, for one, I can hide the nav bar. 2, it's snappy. I would go as far as to say it is just as snappy as the Pixel. Pixel may edge it out in certain aspects, but there's still some degree of lag, at least with the Pixel 6 Pro, compared to, let's say, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Did I say that right? But of course, you're talking about different devices, different layers of optimization. The Pixel 7 Pro, right around the corner, I would say wait. Now, look at the software, see what you think you're going to appreciate more. Maybe walk into a place if you have a chance to get it, in your hand to try it, and make a decision for yourself. Honestly, I don't think if you want to stay within the Android camp, you could go wrong with the Pixel 7 Pro, Pixel Pro 7, or the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It's completely up to you. I'm just here because you asked a question, and I'm happy to answer questions. I love answering questions. Aren't either? Yeah, I was the reason the Google Maps got full 60 FPS. I was. Thank you for the posture check. Personally, I'm always a proponent in waiting. Absolutely. Oh, Pixel 4a, it'll be an upgrade. So waiting for the Samsung Origami Swan. What? Wish Pixel would copy Samsung instead of Apple. I'd like to have a Z Flip. See, I'm not a flipper. I don't think I want to do flipping. A lot of optimizations really are just improving code written by lousy devs. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's iterative, right? But it's all about the software. Like, it's all about, man, Bren, you and I. Where have you been? I've been beating this drum for a decade. That's not a lie. I'm going to be posting this stuff to the new tech YouTube channel. So feel free to follow over there too. Although I have to update the Bang YT link, don't I? I'm not sure about the foldables yet. I'm not sure. I'm not sold on the foldables. All right, so now I've got. I'll move that. Turn on some lights. If I missed your comment, I apologize. I was recording. Purple Dragon, I hope that helped. What is the Chris Pearl power ranking for smartphones? Kool-Aid. Power ranking? I don't know. I've never really done that. Here's the new YouTube channel, by the way. Because I'm going to have to repeat this as y'all know. If you did not know. Because I started it yesterday. And I'm over 1,000 subscribers. I'm like, really? I was like, the worst thing that I could do is launch something and then have it go nowhere. I'm like, oh, great. 20 people. I'm like, The thing about subscribing to a channel, though, is that you got to watch the video. Don't subscribe to a channel unless you're going to watch the video. Here's why. It actually hurts creators. If you subscribe to a channel, then you don't watch, it hurts the creator. If you subscribe to a channel and you don't watch the videos all the way through, it hurts the creator. They don't like, YouTube says, oh, watch time's down. It must not have been a good video. We're not going to show it to anybody else. Don't ever subscribe to a YouTube channel unless you plan on watching the videos. I'm just letting you know. This is a PSA. Traded 12 Pro Max with a cracked screen, gave me $400 against the Fold. That's not a bad deal, Alien. Turn on a video every day. Oh, nice, Mad Cat. Watch a video, unsubbed. Notice when I type Chris Perillo Tech, it doesn't show up. I got the like from a comment on your shorts. Yeah, Christian, it's so new. It's literally a day old. I spun it up yesterday, literally yesterday. So like, there's nothing. I can't even customize the username until what is it? I can't even customize. Good job today with Sith Lord Brit. Good job with Fotis. I had a chance to listen in and watch when I was waiting for Jedi at the bus stop. Fantastic job. Glad to see you two together. If y'all haven't caught that, hopefully you can catch the VOD. Great interview, Brit. Wonderful conversation. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's Black Series. Nuts. All right, I'm going to re-record that Annoyances video because that's the thing I wanted to get out. Actually, I was seriously looking at these Xiaomi flagship phones. Yeah, but you can't use them in the States that I know of. I wish we had more options, honestly. No, yeah, I'll be about to, Britt. Sorry, I recorded earlier, and then one of my annoyances, people told me how to get around it, and it worked. I'm like, what? Very happy about that. Happy that one of my annoyances was fixed. What do I think my daily driver in 2023? At this stage, Samsung. It's Samsung's race to lose. I honestly, it's Samsung and everything else right now because like I can't get a lot of the other phones. I mean, and OnePlus kind of like, I'm not saying it shot itself in the foot, but I'm like, their photos never impressed me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I need a good shooter. I'm sorry. And honestly, I've used this zoom lens more often than not. Like this is a great camera phone. Great. Amazing camera phone. A nice balance between. I was telling my husband about the almonds, folks. Oh, yes. Almonds, folks. What do I... Yeah, so that's what I think will be my daily driver. That's my belief. As much as I would love for it to be the iPhone. Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and I'm annoyed by so many things, but there are many things that I also am not annoyed by. Before I dive into the list of annoyances that I have with iOS 16 now, after having used it for about 24 hours or so, right around the same length of the life of this channel, in 24 hours, this channel has gained over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you. I hope to be able to do video for you that you will watch and that you will enjoy. The thing you got to keep in mind, especially when I talk about something that annoys me, is that just because it annoys me doesn't necessarily mean that it has to annoy you. You can sit there and say, well, that doesn't annoy me. Oh, that's not annoying. That doesn't solve a problem for me. That doesn't make something less annoying for me because I can't just say, oh, great, all I have to do is be you and my problems are solved, because that is wholly impractical. I'm just here to tell you, these are the things that I notice that I don't like. These are the things that by and large keep me sometimes from using a device or using anything, software, anything that might be related to an experience. And it's not about hate, because people automatically jump to that, oh, he hates. There's some things I do hate, but that doesn't mean I hate something to the point where I don't want it to be better. I talk about these things because I'm wanting to be using these devices. I want things to be better. That said, I'm going to tell you about my annoyances. Caveat, it was difficult to come up with a list of annoyances for iOS 16. that was a compliment coming from me. I went through and kind of cleaned house. I got rid of all the traditional folders because, quite honestly, they annoyed me. I was just tired of just having 9 icons on a screen. I'm like, dude, this is just when you tap to move, and sometimes you're trying to, tap and hold, and they start jiggling, and it was annoying. Unfortunately, that annoying behavior also happens in the app library. My first annoyance is the springboard. Basically, we've been dealing with the same springboard since iOS 7. And it wasn't great then. It's improved, but man, why can't they just spend a little more time on this? That said, app library is there, and I appreciate having it there because having those apps automatically organized makes it easier. I'm finding that the way that I get to apps anymore is just by searching for it, whether I'm using a Siri command or if I'm searching and just swiping over and then tapping for app library. The search, though, I will say this: app library pulls up if I search here for, let's say, settings, like it's instantaneous. But if I go back to search here, I typed in search settings, it takes like 2 or 3 seconds, maybe. That's egregious. It takes a while for the results to pull up, probably because it's pulling up so many results. And so I wish that it pulled in results like incrementally rather than just waiting to do a paint when it's received all the results. So the springboard still annoys me. Even in the app library, sometimes I'm just trying to right click, long press to get a menu here, and unfortunately sometimes the apps start jiggling, and I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want to edit. I don't, because then it just creates more of a problem. So I'm done with the traditional springboard. Done, eliminated it, and the jury's still out as to whether or not I'm going to eliminate the icons at the bottom of the home screen. Back to the app library, which for the most part is good. I would say for 99% of the people, this is perfect. This is exactly what it needs to be. People don't organize anything. Coming from someone who organizes pretty much everything, Darth Vader's. They're all organized. They're all together. It's a theme. It's a collection. There are times that I'm looking and I'm like, well, that's not really an app that I would put in that folder. I wish I could move it into another folder, but that would defeat the purpose of the app library. I also, though, wish I could add favorites, like in a certain category, like in utilities. I wish you can say, okay, this is my favorite and that's my favorite, and then have those pinned as the big icons. Unfortunately, that's not possible either, which is a little disappointing. So some minor tweaks to app library I think could go a long way. It's annoying that I'm not able to customize, but that leads me to my next annoyance. I'm so used to Apple just saying this is the way it is that sometimes I don't even go digging to relieve an annoyance or to fix an annoyance. And then I have to dig further and dig further and dig further and realize that there's so much legacy that is in iOS, and I've been saying this for years, it is ripe for a reboot. You just look at settings. It just goes on, and it's sprawling. It's like, okay, I know I can search for things, and that's great, but it's just, there's so much, and some of it's here, and some of it's there, and some of it's over. It needs to be just rethought. And it gets to that point where I don't know if I can tweak something beyond what it is that's staring me in the face. For example, the little search icon, you don't see it on the home screen. The reason why is because you can turn it off. I was annoyed by that. I was talking about this on Twitch when I was recording a video, and someone said, you can turn it off. I'm like, you can? Really? I mean, I thought I went through all the options, the myriad of options, but I totally missed that toggle. So I turned that off. It fixed one of my annoyances. Yay. But I've gotten to the point where Apple just, well, we know best. Then I'm just assuming I can't change that in every intuitive way that I go about changing it. Another annoyance that I've had, and this is a relatively minor one. I'm not sure why. I don't think it's hardware related. I've had some mistaps. And it's not because I'm used to different gestures. Like if I'm like trying to tap something, I kind of have to tap it twice for it to register. And I know I'm tapping fine. There's nothing wrong with my finger is not biased. I've had some mistaps. Minor issue, not a showstopper. It's just something that I've experienced in relation to this, using this phone and looking for things that, not even looking for things that annoy me, just telling you the things that annoy me. That's annoyed me. Talk about it constantly. Judder. There's definitely judder that still happens on iOS. It's not as bad on 16 as it is on 15. Sorry, that was my initial impression yesterday. But for the most part, it is fluid. But when you've got to scroll and it stops, it freezes and then it jumps. That happens. You're scrolling, stop, jump. It's a very awkward scrolling animation that they've yet to fix. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still annoying. I found a massive amount of judder in messages. I found it, in apps that, whether we're talking default, first party or third party apps that have a lot of images or content that's loading, there's a lot of jank, a lot of judder. That is unfortunate because I know that this is a fast device. But as I've said, sometimes it's not about the hardware, it's about the hardware running in conjunction with the software. It's about software optimizations. It's the software experience that makes the hardware sing. That's my perspective. The animations, while seemingly faster on iOS 16 over 15, especially, let's say, on the Springboard, I feel they are snappier. Not as snappy as I'd like them to be. It's kind of annoying. Sometimes I have to wait for an animation to finish. I'm like, let's go. Because the first thing I do when I am using an Android device is I go into developer options and then toggle the setting to go from a 1 to a 0.5 animation speed. Because I'm just like, I can do things so fast. I'm not waiting for an animation. Ain't nobody got time for that. You can turn on reduce motion, but it still takes the same amount of time, and quite honestly, now introduces more anomalies in terms of transitions than was there before. So I wish I had the option to kind of, I want to tweak the animation speed, say, let's make things a little zippier. Just a skosh. I know you're Apple and you know what I get it, but it's annoying. I feel I have to wait for animations. Another annoyance, the default keyboard. It has not changed in years, at least in any perceivable way. And quite honestly, once you get used to Gboard, and yes, you can use third-party keyboards on iOS, that's great. Gboard, awesome. Because it's got keyboard shortcuts that quite honestly make it faster for me to type. Easier way to get to numbers. Easier way and faster way to get to certain extended characters, right? Your punctuation marks. And I mean, whereas I find I have to slow down to type on the iOS keyboard. And not that I have to think about it, but it's just like, okay, that feature I can't use because it's not there. And I feel that there are better user features in Gboard than there are in the default Apple keyboard. I've had a couple of instances, much like with mistaps. I've had screen flashes. Like I've been working in photos before, and like the screen, it seems to flash at times. Like it doesn't know what it's doing, or it's caught in a glitch. Hey man, this is a 0.0 release, and quite honestly, it is stable for a 0.0 release. I am still wholly impressed with iOS 16. That stands. And remember, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about the things that did impress me about iOS 16. That's also a list. That was a little easier to compile than the annoyances, believe it or not. I find that, and with the search button gone, it's not as much of an issue. But they put the search button at the bottom of the home screen, but then over here in App Library, it's at the top. The App Library search is at the top. I'm like, just be consistent, dude. Like even when I swipe down to do the Spotlight, the keyboard and the search are right there. Why wouldn't it make sense that the App Library field go from the bottom and then swing up with the keyboard popping up? Wouldn't that make more sense, like from a user interface perspective versus jumping from the top? It's just I don't know. Maybe it makes sense because your App Library and you're looking for settings, right? And then the icons at the top of the screen. But it's not a big deal. I mean, I still have to type it in, so I can just go to the top of the screen, even with the search button at the bottom. But it's that kind of inconsistency that I'm finding with Apple. I'm coming back to that. So another issue that I have, I've got in my notes, is you can't really truly control Control Center. Like, I know they've got a lot of icons, a lot of options, but, like, I'm never going to turn on focus. You may love it. I have no need for it. I don't necessarily ever really need to use the now playing. Okay, it's there, great. I can turn off a lot of these icons, right? I may not need those, but I just wish I could maybe move things around much like I can widgets. But this screen here, the configuration for this screen is buried in settings. Widgets you just control right from the desktop. But the Control Center, no, this is what you get. Like, okay, well, why can't I get third-party widgets here? Because I can get widgets on the desktop now on the lock screen. Those lock screen widgets, I feel, could work just as well in Control Center, although it would probably be less control in that sense. They couldn't call it Control Center anymore. But I just wish there was more flexibility, or at least inline control of this particular page on the screen. The apps, and this is something that is more prevalent, I feel, on the iPhone than on Mac OS. The apps just kind of feel inconsistent. Like it definitely feels like different teams are developing different apps. Whether we're talking about search field sizes, whether we're talking about horizontal rules, whether we're talking about placements of icons, and there's no consistency. And I could forgive that in the years of skeuomorphism because each app had its own language, right? It had its own design. But like in the era that they're in now with flat design, it's like if you're gonna do it, like do it. Like if these are your first party apps, make them feel like they are first party. You can forgive it with third party apps, but in terms of a default experience, I just find that Apple's apps, which are good and they work well and they run well, I'm not sure they're where they need to be, but I've felt that way for quite some time. So I'm just gonna wrap up by saying it feels like iOS is ready for a reboot. Broken record time. But there's just so much. They just pile one on top of the feature on top of feature on top of feature. It's like this and that. No, we're going to put the settings over there. Then we're going to put it here. No, this is how you manage this. And this is, you control it by doing this here, but you control it this way by doing that there. Like, just be consistent. Be consistent. That's all I ask. Just a degree of consistency. I feel, I'm going to dovetail this, not that it's a direct comparison, because it isn't, but Samsung, despite it not owning Android, has, I feel, a better consistency with their default apps and their default experience than Apple does. And remember, Apple controls their entire ecosystem, top to bottom. So it's a matter of priority. It's ready. We're ready. We are ready for a new paradigm, a new design language with iOS to just take everything you've been piling up and not just pile up more on top of it, but actually reimagine, rethink what is going on with the operating system, because I feel it is long overdue. Thank you for listening. Was that better? Samsung, drink! Am I gonna get you guys drunk? Bren! Holy cow. Thank you for the tip. Totally missed that. Totally missed that. And that's right. We had face. What happened to the faces? Where'd the faces go? Yeah, the debounce time when searching is way too long. Just searching for app titles. How computationally expensive can that be? That's what I'm saying. Bren, trust me. I've been saying this stuff for years, dude. Yeah, hey, Mr. Rick, I was doing a recording for the YouTube channel. It's easier for me to record and because it's my time with you. I get to commiserate around it. And I plan on so my plan is to do videos for the tech YouTube channel. Please watch. Please watch. Please clap. If you do subscribe, do watch. Even if you watched it the first time, because that'll matter. If you don't plan on watching it again, please do not subscribe to the new YouTube channel, because it'll hurt me. iOS is getting bad as a hot mess called Windows. And Microsoft, but that's the thing. Microsoft's going, this has gotten out of hand. This has gotten way out of hand. And they're fixing it. Windows 11 is fixing it. Theoretically. It's just not, moving fast enough. You love seeing the video being recorded? Great. The link is here. Thank you, Mark, for asking. I know you knew where it was, but you were just... I got to set up a trigger. Yeah, CNUP, I set up a new tech YouTube channel yesterday. And it is going well. I've only uploaded one video. The next one will go up today or tomorrow. I may change the time because I'm not sure what the best time to upload is yet. I uploaded this morning at like 7. But yeah, new YouTube channel. It's fresh. I haven't even been, Google still, they said it would take about 24 hours, but I have to prove that I'm a human being. So in order to get advanced features like being able to use links in descriptions, so I can't even use links in descriptions right now. But the channel is going like gangbusters. You do run the risk of alienating your users if changes are too drastic, though. Well, in some of the instances, the layout's not bad. It's just the design language around it. Like there's a design language known as neomorphism that I feel would be very compelling, especially with animations, haptic feedback. Man, I would love to see a neomorphic design in iOS. Love. I mean, I seriously, I mean, my only wish next year for WWDC, and we have something we think you're gonna love. You know, we're taking everything you love about iOS and wrapping it in a new design language that is more intuitive, more this, more that. I'm like, oh my god, yes, please, thank you, because that would have me in play. That'd be like, oh yeah, I do it. Do you hear that bell? It's a cowbell. Don't let it happen what happened to Life Advice channel. Life Advice was great. Not sure how many watched. Definitely watching on your channel. Oh, Christian, here's the thing. The Life Advice, I was doing it. I'm like, you know, I ran out of runway, and I thought, you know, it's easy to do, but like in terms of creating a new channel around it, I don't know if there was enough velocity as opposed to tech, where I'm always reading the news, I'm always staying up on trends, I'm always listening, and it's the thing that a lot of people knew me for, and I can't do tech in my old channel anymore. I just can't. It's vlogs only, basically. I missed the one more thing. Oh, I do too. I think they were trying to find that spark when that was lost when Johnny Ive is the reason we got iOS 7. And there was a developer on Twitter, and I wish I was doing tech videos then, but like who basically said as much. He's like, we did not optimize for performance. He said it. And I'm like, and I basically said, told you so. I told you. See? I'm not, everyone was trying to gaslight me for years. There's nothing wrong with it. What the F are you talking about? Okay, hang on. I got to do this. I got to pull up my, give me a second. iOS 7 review Perillo. Where's iOS 7? This is just, I mean, hang on. Where's Bren? Bren? I feel like this is my old channel. This is now a vlog channel. That's not the tech channel. Oh, Cold Iron, thank you. Good to see you. Thank you for the raid and the host.
Rated my stream with 3 viewers.
Just went a 5. Gonna go to back to the way back. We were just so. Let me give you a crash course, Cold Iron, and Disc 105. I decided after a little bit of thinking that I was going to officially launch a tech YouTube channel because a lot of people that knew me back in the day knew me for tech, and quite honestly, every time a new iPhone rolls around, I feel the need to talk about it. And a new device, I'm like, yeah, I get it, it's interesting, but I'm like, where's it gonna go? And I've got a vlog channel on YouTube, but never really set up a dedicated tech channel. Had a geek channel, but it was never fully tech. So now I know YouTube believes you have to be this. This is the only thing you can be. That. So okay, it's tech only. It's vlog only. Not that the vlog is ever gonna go anywhere. You're not gonna believe this, but I already like this video. Ah! Bren! Ah! Yes! Dude, that is amazing. If you need someone to talk about Linux distros, just saying. Well, you never know.
Subscribed for 9 months. If you need someone to talk about Linux distros,
thank you for the sub.
Just saying low.
I feel that the format that'll work is doing pre-recorded videos. I don't know about shorts yet. I don't know what I have that would necessitate shorts. But on the weekends, possibly doing interviews with someone, having chat, doing a live streamed interview with someone. So when there's something big, new, or breaking, or like questions that people have, you bring them in and do it that way. So you never know. Martin, thank you so much for the follow. I mean, as far as design goes, they need to buckle down, clean up, and optimize code for iOS and macOS on the development side. Totally agree. Silver Sunbeam, you're not going to hear an argument from me. You will never hear an argument from me. Closest I come to Android is either, well, you can do it on Chrome OS, but Android. Android's the closest thing I get to Linux. Did I say Android? Android is the closest thing I get to Linux. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, Christian. Well, here's the thing. And Christian, you're saying don't let what happen. A lot of this is contingent. A lot is contingent on how people react, right? I mean, I don't want to get shoved into a category of like, well, you need to do it like Mr. Who's the Boss, or you need to do it like Linus, or you need to do it like Snazzy Labs. I'm like, it's just. Oh, yes. Yes, Cold Iron. Thank you. Stone Monkey Research. I got to remember that crossover. So I feel like that is, why did they keep dropping out? Liz and Zombie Hedgehog are having fun over there. Wow, it's the famous Chris Perillo, and this is my debut on your stream. Yes. We were just talking about the new tech YouTube channel. And I can't say that anybody here is going to get annoyed by it because I know a lot of y'all are nerds and geeks. Tech in one way or another. There's a lot of, on any given day, there's a ton of tech news. Like stuff that usually flies under the radar. I know the gadgets are the ones that get a lot of the attention, but a lot of the news that I like reading have nothing to do with it. Have nothing to do with gadgets. Like Meta planning to test Discord-like community chats and Messenger and Facebook groups, offering categories, audio and video channels, admin chats only, and more, which is pretty dang cool. I don't know how they're going to control that exactly, but Discord is a force to be reckoned with. I don't know if I'd set up. Now that we have a MakerDeck Discord, I know what it takes to manage a Discord. I'm like, I don't think we're anywhere near that kind of critical mass. There's so many other options out there. But community chats coming to Messenger and Facebook groups, it's just, I wouldn't even want to manage or know where to begin to manage that. Ooh, Microsoft releases 63 security fixes, including patches for 2.0 days. Whoa. 5 critical RCE vulnerabilities. Yikes. Update your Windows. Twitter rolled out a Spaces update for people who are paying for it, but I'm not going to pay for it. I would. I'd love to pay for Twitter. Give me a reason to pay for Twitter. And they haven't yet. I'm like, this is just a waste. Thank you, Martin. Same one should tell Google, stop rolling out new chat software every 90 days. I think they're killing Hangouts this month, and then it's officially Google Chat. I think they've got a cohesive strategy moving forward. It's getting better. It's not where it needs to be, but unfortunately, it's not like, yes, this is the best. We're not quite, I'm not quite at the, yes, this is the best level with Google. Hey, Big Sport fan. Hang on. That's what I was going to do. I need to check my Windows. It is Tuesday. That's right. Patch Tuesday. Derp. And Mac OS. Oh, yeah. Updates available to install. They all downloaded. Okay. It looks like I'm in for a reboot. Not right now. I'll do that here in a sec. What happened to Liz in Google Chat, Google Talk, Duo meetings, Hangouts, where I'm probably missing one? Probably. I'm glad I never got into them because the big one, what was not Duo, but what was the other one? Elo and Duo. Duo survived briefly, and now it's Chat. But you can get into Google Chat from Gmail, but also its own chat app. I'm like, almonds, folks. Britt was waiting for that. She was just like, come on, just shut up, Chris. Just go back to another. Got it. Done. They're trying to fix audio sync issues? Oh. Yeah, I told them they'd run into that problem. So what they need to do, fix them, dude, you need to tell them, stop putting your face on the screen. Don't put your face on the screen. That's the fix. And I think I told them, I think I marked that last time, like you're going to have audio, I think you're going to have audio lag issues. Just don't put your face on the screen. It's fixed. Done. That's how you do it. And I realize not having a face could be an issue, but like you're gonna run into lag unless you've got that stuff perfectly nailed down. They can't have their faces on the screen, and you can either tell them or I will. Because I'd like to see them do it because I want to raid into them because it'd be a fun raid to do. They've been looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it. Oh, I've been looking forward to it so much I get gassy. I just drop farts left and right. Gotta wait until my stream to MakerDeck is finished before I install the security update for Mac. Yeah, I don't know if I got a security update. It's the new version. It's a point revision. I don't think there's like any massive fixes. And then a new version of Safari too, which I don't think requires a reboot. Seems the new Safari. This could be if I'm using the right word here, psychosomatic. Like I could be like thinking, oh yeah, that's definitely faster. Like the Twitch dashboard that I load seems way faster than before. Way faster. So I feel that Safari definitely increased its the speed of rendering pages. I feel it's closer to what Google Chrome does now. Because I load up the Twitch dashboard for MakerDeck in Safari, and it just like, Jesus crackers. But it comes together fast now.
3D chaired X100, today in Star Wars history in 1986, the episodes The Crystal Cloak and The Wish Plant from the second season of Star Wars, Ewoks aired on ABC.
Nice. Google Chats. It's a good thing that happened in history. Star Wars Day. Every day. Google Chat needs to get with the times and be more like Slack and Discord. And for some reason, they have no plans to make that level of features. Different customers, I guess. Work phones changed from an Android Cat device to an iPhone 12 last year. Our use case means we ended up having to add battery cases, and with the 2 work apps we use most constantly, if we switch the camera app to take a photo, one of the work apps ends up restarting when we try to switch back. Oh, fun, Kevin. Fun. Oh, yeah, the mux. Yeah, you'd need to demux. I feel like Mac keyboard shortcuts for copy and paste are going to give me arthritis. You get used to them. What's hard is when you flip back and forth between platforms. Who remembers when Microsoft said Windows Vista would never need root? I don't remember that. I definitely don't remember that. Browser vendors really seem to be improving performance to gain their market share. Last I knew, Chrome overtook Safari. It had, but now I feel they're toe to toe on the same machine, which is good. You need competition, and I'm not even sure if Apple is or an iPhone is true competition with Android. I feel Android like Pixel may be in competition with a Samsung device, right? But like Android versus iOS, I don't know. Yes, it is competition. It is a choice, but like they're in like completely different classes. But it's still something that I feel is it's important. The more competition, you get faster optimization, better performance, right? And that's where I felt Apple's kind of rested on its laurels. I'm like, well, we're selling as many devices as we are. We don't need to improve the software. Why? I mean, we can add some new features, but no one notices, and the reviewers don't ding us, so keep doing it. And that's something that I hope changes at some point in the future. That was my number one concern the day that Steve Jobs died, to say, as long as they remember where they came from and keeping a fine attention to detail, and they didn't. They lost that for me.
Industrial Chaired X255.
Thank you, Alien Industrial. Knocked my pixel. Not that you can see it, because I'm not printing anything. I'm going to wait for my overnight here. Give me a second. Is that Perlama? Where are they in the Maker Deck? Are they in the Maker Deck mods? Yeah. Wait. Where's Liz? I'll just text her, because I'm not sure where she's at. I'd like to see them up on the screen again. Oh yeah, I guess there won't be delay. Just don't show your faces. You will be fine. No faces will eliminate that problem. All right, Liz, do it. Do it. Come on. Audio can be tricky. Very tricky. Incredibly tricky. So I don't like messing. It's like when someone says your audio. I'm like, what? Crap. Music's too loud. Oh no. Well, I better do this. I better do that. I bought an iPhone 5 from a thrift store a while back. It still worked. It had iOS 6. It's pretty nice to see how iOS. Oh my God. You know what? As much as I sold my iPhone, and I don't buy a lot of old tech. Sometimes I've come across a couple of Macs at times. I'm like, oh, that might be kind of a fun thing. But I'm like, where am I going to put it? What am I going to do with it? But yeah, I would probably get an iPhone. That was my last favorite iPhone. Was the iPhone 5S. Last favorite one. Because of iOS 6. And it ran better on the newer hardware. That's the way iOS used to be. And then it just... Apple decided that software wasn't as important, and you know, me saying something about it did not change their trajectory. Other people, you know, were fine with it. And I'm like, okay, I know what I see, and I'm not going to sit here and be silent. I definitely got rid of all my old iPhone. I don't have any old anything. Like this iPhone 30, it means nothing to me. Like, it's just like, okay, new one, great, have this one back. Take it. Don't need it. Don't want it. Because there's still value wrapped up in it. So I'm able to, I kind of roll over. So like when, or roll devices over, I should say. So like when there's a new product, I'll just go to the next one. And then, I paid for the privilege of using it for the, the past year or whatever. Yeah, Silver Sunbeam. I agree and disagree. You know, Apple's an interesting company in the sense that they control the hardware and software stack. Oh, Midnight Smith. Guess what? I got a clog on the Bamboo, and I'm a little worried. I'm a little concerned about the Bamboo clog that I'm going to have to declog. Just a little worried about that. Might get a Google Pixel to switch it up a bit. Been on iOS forever. Well, that would definitely switch it up. Ooh, hey, Subsector, thank you so much for the sub.
Subsector 3D just resubscribed for 8 months.
I told them not to use their faces, but okay. They look great, but they're going to have lag. Yeah, Midnight Smith, but here's the problem. I never used a Linux phone. That's not the problem. Google Pixel's not a bad switch on to from iOS, but it is definitely different. It is more different than it used to be. I'm not happy with certain things about the Pixel, but I am on later because I started late, and then I've been recording video, or I recorded video for the new tech YouTube channel. Did Liz not see my message? She's looking. She's got like a deer in the headlights look. They're gonna have lag. No matter what they do, they're gonna have lag. They're gonna have audio. It's gonna be an issue. Just take their faces off and they're fine. If it's one person, you're gonna have. I'm just telling you. We're doing faces on MakerDeck because it's content. Like the idea is we're gonna do programming, like shows, like Wednesday night at 6 p.m. So and so is gonna be on talking about X, Y, Z. So the idea is we're doing programming. Like maker kind of programming, Silver Sunbeam. So Liz wants to do faces, and I'm like, you're going to run into a problem with not to troubleshoot, they're troubleshooting it live, so I'm just telling them, take your faces off, just use the printer camera and you'll be fine. Anyone know why a resin printer will stop printing with exactly 1.5 millimeters left to go and layer heights 0.1, but print 5 at 0.2025? That, I don't know. I have no experience with resin. See, I had no problem getting off of messages. No problem whatsoever. And I'm telling you, it's going to be difficult with, Facebook, as much as you don't, it's not a perfect scenario, but with them rolling out end-to-end encryption, it's still meta, but Apple doesn't, it's not as big of a deal as it used to be for them, for that feature. If it was PLA, you might get away with heating up to 250 and manually feeding some filament. Oh, it is PLA. Okay, so I'll try to go. I'm not using the AMS anyway. I had nothing but problems with it. And I've had other problems too, but I think it's adhesion with the cold bed. But I got the plate, the flexi plate. I ordered that. It'll be here soon. Just worried about all the friends I'll lose over the green bubbles. It didn't bother me. You know what? Those aren't my friends. Like, you don't want to text me? Fine. I don't care. If I'm a green bubble to you, so what? Wah. I don't know. I guess it's my choice and I need it, if I need something, then that's my decision. I'm not going to make my decision based upon what other people are going to do. I can't. Like, I wasn't going to do it. I told my parents, I'm like, okay, this is how you got to contact me now. Don't contact me this way, contact me this way. I'm not using iMessage anymore. I don't like WhatsApp's UI at all. I think it's fugly. It is fugly. Oh, group chats you're in an iMessage. How does that happen where all my friends are Apple users? That remark was just a joke. Oh, okay. Well, you could throw things off for sure. Well, Liz, I can't raid into MakerDeck if you're not going to pop up. Unless she fixed something. Why are they not just going direct through Stream? They are. They are being pulled into StreamYard. Their camera's going into StreamYard. But Liz is smiling now, so I assume everything's fixed. See, this was a troubleshooting thing for MakerDeck. But we'd like to do programming, Silver Sunbeam. Anybody. Like, the idea is like, hey, I'd like on, every other week or every month or every Tuesday, I'd like to lead a conversation about, what's new in the world of 3D printing. I'd like to talk about X, Y, and Z. You using something else for audio? She shouldn't be. Weird. True, the UI is bad. That's what I'm saying. If the UI is bad, I unless I'm forced to use it, I won't. And I will be looking for alternatives constantly. What's the coolest thing I've 3D printed? Video game name? Well, it's always the latest thing I've printed. So I've got a Dark Trooper. I just printed an articulated Dark Trooper. And this is a Play Action Toys Dark Trooper. Love it. Favorite thing. Still out of sync. All right. Turn off your cameras. I'm going to tell them. Here we go. Thank you, everybody, for hanging tonight. Thank you. Appreciate these discussions having with you. Any other topics you want to bring up, feel free to bring them up. What's with the faces? We're Trek Nerd. We're going to try to do programming. Not just printing, but not all the time. But like just like every so often, like having scheduled at this time, so and so is going to talk. At this time, so and so is going to talk. Just to kind of mix it up. Just to add a little bit of some elements in there. Not computer programming, not that I know of, but just to add programming. So it's not exact. I mean, it's still going to be 24/7 making. You can see the makes happening as well, but like having, I know why they're doing it, but like because of the lag, just gonna have to. I'm telling you, programming. That's why Liz is doing one. She's turn off your cameras. Here we go. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the force be with you always. Thank you for subscribing to the new tech YouTube channel. You are part of the reason why I felt like it was the right time. And oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I missed Kool-Aid. Ever turn off background app refresh for daily use? No, I let it be. I let it go. But yeah, as of right now, 1044 subscribers, over 1,000 subscribers in a day. I mean, like, that trajectory is not like every day I get it. No. It's gonna be I know this is going to be a slow climb. I know. I have no number goals at all. I'm not going to set anything up for myself. I have to learn. Oh yeah, the OG one is a vlog channel now. This is the new tech channel. But only subscribe if you're going to watch the videos, because otherwise YouTube hurts me. They don't like it. At all. They don't like it. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you. If you subscribe here, thank you. At some point, maybe you can be a YouTube member, because I'll have all that turned on the YouTube channel. That'll be great to see how well that works, because it's my goal. Like I said, those goals I'm going to lay out. Like, these are with membership and with maybe kicking up the Patreon again. I'm like, these are the things I'm going to drive to. I'm going to try to improve this channel, and to improve this channel, I need to I need to build a team, and that team would be able to help me with video, and that team would be able to help me with the content, and be able to go, from Chris Perillo Tech to basically be able to do videos that I'm involved in one way, shape, or form, but also involving other people who are experts in their own way. So the time had come. Link's taking you to the 300. It should not. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry, you're right. This is the new tech channel. That was an old video I'd linked off to Bren, because we were talking about iOS 7. My apologies. Thank you for clearing that up. It's amazing how you never age since iOS 7. Pretty much. I never get out. I'm going to jump onto Maker Deck. Well, my overnight. It's a 9-hour. I'm doing a Flexi Stormtrooper. I'm kind of excited about it. This could be a really good overnight for various filaments, if it works. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. And may the force be with you always. We're going to raid into Maker Deck tonight. If only to watch the fun troubleshooting that they're doing. It's different. That's for sure. Hopefully, whatever's going on, they'll figure it out. I hope. Just turn off your camera. Just turn off your camera, and you'll be fine. I'm gonna have to go over to MakerDeck. Just turn off your camera. You too. Everyone have a good night. Here we go. I'll see everybody tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific. The topic at hand will likely be the things that have impressed me about iOS, or whatever the search title happens to be for the best one. Rating into MakerDeck in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I missed Solara. Sorry. Thank you for following. All right.